In March, right before the Super Tuesday primary, this was where really the battle was going to be determined. I led off the rally that was in Cleveland, and they found out something. Wherever they asked me to go and lead the rallies and pray, and whenever I bound and declared, there was no violence. Wow. And they began to notice that. And so they said, "Pastor, will you lead off the prayer?" And of course I would. But I always did it with declarations and powers, binding forces of evil. It wasn't a typical, "now I lay me down to sleep" prayer. We went in strike force. We came against the spirits of abortion. We came against the spirits of homosexuality and lesbianism. And we bound that stuff. And what they found out was that 17 to 20,000 people, the majority of them had never prayed that way, were cheering and yelling and screaming along with me for those declarations. So it began to give me favor, more favor in the campaign, because they said, "Wow, he can rally up the masses." And I had the assignment to go out and meet with the leaders of the Hispanic movement in the very beginning, and they rejected me as well, and I accepted that one. And then on Super Tuesday, that Saturday before it, we were in Cleveland. God gave me a prophecy for him. And Patty, I believe you were with me. And the prophecy was this, I've released it publicly, and it was that if you will humble yourself before God, first of all it says you will win this primary on Super Tuesday, and you will be the nominee. That's a done deal. That's not questionable anymore. But if you humble yourself before God, you will be the next president of the United States. There's a contingency. I told his manager, Corey, I said, "I'm going to help you, but I'm going to give you a letter. It's the same letter I'm giving you that I want you to give him. I want to make sure he gets it on the airplane on his way back to Palm Beach. It's very important." Corey said, "I give you my word, I will do it." He found me. I handed him the letters. We went into intercession and prayer. And at 10 after 10, he took off around 8:30, which would have had him beginning to descend into Florida. And I had said to Corey, make sure he gets it when it's all quiet and he's laying back and pondering about tomorrow. At 10 after 10, I got a phone call from two of our pastors, Ralph and Ellie Barney, who were on their faces praying in their room with our intercessory team. And they said, "Pastor, we don't know what happened, and we don't understand what you did or why you asked us to pray." But they said the overwhelming smell and fragrance was so thick in our room of baby powder that we were running all over trying to figure out where it was coming from, and the incense wouldn't leave. And I said a baby was born. And I know at that moment, in his heart, he saw it and looked out that window, and the intensity of that hit him.